Gia, hey there.
Oh, love, good evening.
You're pretty slick, aren't you?
Huh? What are you talking about out of the blue?
Haven't you realized we're in the same place right now?
Same place? I'm at home, though.
And that's a lie.
Excuse me? Are we playing some kind of game now?
Nope, not a game. It's just, you're so obviously lying, I couldn't help but call it out.
I'm seriously at home, though.
Oh yeah? Then who's that person I see from here? That profile that looks an awful lot like yours?
I don't know who you're talking about. Amy's already asleep, and I've been in the living room watching TV. It's just me here.
Sure it is. Another lie.
You keep saying that, but I don't know how else to respond.
If I can see you with my own eyes right now, doesn't that kind of prove you're lying?
Then tell me, where exactly are you seeing me from?
I'm at the table near the wall, the one opposite the seat you're in.
Table? So, you're in some kind of restaurant?
Yeah, duh. I'm talking about the inside of Bar YouTube.
A bar? I haven't stepped into one of those in months. You've definitely got the wrong person.
Oh, come on. If you just turned your head right now, you'd see me.
Yeah, see, the idea that I turn around in my own living room and find you sitting there is honestly just terrifying.
Quit stalling and turn around already.
All right, and... Nope, just as I thought, still alone.
Wait, what? Do you have dust in your eyes or something? Because I'm clearly right here.
Okay, now I really have to ask, are you drunk?
Well, I've been drinking for like 2 hours straight, so maybe just a little.
Well, that would explain it. Maybe you've had one too many and started seeing things.
Excuse me?
Anyway, I should probably get in the bath. It's getting late, and you've got a kid in kindergarten tomorrow, don't you? You might want to ease up on the drinks.
Hey, wait, Gia!
Good night.
Gia, can I have a word with you?
Hello, love. What is it?
You know, you never show up to any of the mom gatherings. Care to explain what that's all about?
Mom gatherings?
Don't play dumb. You know that the rest of us moms get together for tea every now and then, right? Haven't you ever felt the urge to get closer to the other mothers?
Well, I usually have work on weekdays, like today, so I can't always make it.
Work, huh? Seriously?
And besides, I thought everyone understood our family situation. People even told me not to overextend myself.
Family situation, my foot. Come on, let's be real. That's just a cover story so you can sneak off to meet your boyfriend, isn't it?
Excuse me? Boyfriend? Where is this coming from?
The other night, at the bar, you acted so shady, tried so hard to cover it up, it was obvious.
I don't remember hiding anything.
Oh, please, you were awful at pretending. Even when I clearly saw you with my own eyes, you kept insisting you were at home in your living room. How lame is that?
Because I was home.
Wrong again. Caught you lying. Though at this point, I'm not sure why you even bother denying it. I've got all the proof I need.
I'm telling the truth.
Save it. You may as well give in. Here's the deal. Unless you want me to spill the tea about your little affair, you're going to do exactly what I say.
What?
To put it simply, you're going to be my little slave.
Excuse me?
That's right. You think you're better than everyone, you don't show up to our gatherings, yet somehow you manage to be on good terms with the queen bee of the moms. While the rest of us are out here struggling to stay in the inner circle, you're just skating by. It's not fair.
I don't know what to say to that. And who exactly is this queen bee? From what I've heard, that whole idea is just a myth.
Oh, look at you, pretending like you don't know. No wonder you don't get it. Even I, who moved here just 3 months ago, figured it out. Honestly, I'm speechless. Clearly, someone like you needs to be whipped into shape. Becoming my slave might actually do you some good.
Why would I ever agree to something that ridiculous?
Because you don't want me broadcasting your little scandal to everyone, do you?
I keep telling you there's no scandal, and I still have no idea what you're talking about regarding the bar.
Well, congratulations. That's one slave acquired.
Slave? That's incredibly offensive.
Oh, already talking back. Not a great start for a slave, huh?
I'm not your slave, and I'm pretty sure you're confusing me with someone else. Maybe you saw the wrong person that night.
Oh no, it was definitely you. And you know how I know? Because when I confronted you after messaging you and I asked, "Is that your affair partner?" you panicked. You stuttered and couldn't even form a coherent answer. It was obvious.
I seriously don't remember anything like that.
Anyway, time for your first assignment as my obedient little helper.
Wait, what?
So next Tuesday at 10 a.m., the mom gathering is supposed to be at my place as part of the rotation, but I'm switching it to your house instead.
What?
And obviously you're providing the tea and the sweets. Make sure you pick up that fancy roll cake from the Dayama shop at Station A. You know the one I mean.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Excuse me?
I work on Tuesdays, I already told you that.
Then take the day off.
Sorry, but that's not how my job works. I can't just cancel my responsibilities for this.
Hey, you're my slave now, remember? You don't get to say no to me.
Don't call me that. If you keep this up, I'm going to have no choice but to bring this up to the kindergarten administration.
Oh, please, go ahead. Then I'll just tell everyone what I saw, you and your secret lover. And just like that, boom, your reputation goes down the drain. So really, you can't ever say no to me. Got that, my obedient little slave?
Call me whatever you want. I'm still not doing your stupid gathering. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm done with this conversation.
Hey, don't you walk away from me!
Sammy, I need to talk to you about something. Do you have a minute? Oh, Gia, of course. What's going on? You look kind of stressed. Do you know that mom named Love? You know, from Anna's class? Love? Oh, wait. You mean that Love? The mother of the girl in Anna's class? Oh, no, don't tell me. Gia, did she target you? I guess you could say that. She's kind of unleashed this stream of total nonsense at me. It got so weird. She started talking like she expected me to become her servant or something. She literally used the word slave. What? She told you to be her slave? Are you serious? I know, right? I just stood there thinking, what is this woman even talking about? She didn't listen to a word I said and just kept rambling, and everything she said was rude. Like, over the line rude. I couldn't believe how aggressive she was being. That's why I came to you. I honestly didn't know what else to do. Tough. Love. Yeah, she's a problem. When she first moved here, she got on the wrong side of a lot of the moms right off the bat. That's right. She moved here about 3 months ago, didn't she? What happened exactly? What did she do to get so many people turned off so fast? It's actually kind of ridiculous. She somehow got it into her head that I'm the boss mom around here and started trying to get on my good side, like, really hard.
Wait, you? Boss mom?
Yeah, I know. It sounds dumb, right? She thought that because I'm the head of the kindergarten's parent committee this year, I must be some kind of queen bee ruling over the other moms.
What? That is wild.
So she came from a place where that kind of hierarchy was real? Apparently. I heard that at her old school, the moms had these weird power dynamics, like something out of a teen drama. So when she got here, she assumed things worked the same way. And then, to cozy up to me, she started scheming against other moms, trying to isolate them, spread rumors, the whole 9 yards. So that's how she ended up being hated by pretty much everyone? Exactly. No one wanted to be anywhere near her after that, and now she's latched onto you? Yeah, and I think the same misunderstanding is happening again. She saw me talking to some of the moms and probably thought I was in some sort of influential position. And then next thing I know, she's throwing accusations and acting like I'm supposed to follow her every command. I tried to explain, but she just ignored everything I said. It was like talking to a wall. Unreal. She hasn't changed one bit. All right, I'm coming over. I want to hear the whole thing properly. Wait, what? Now? But you're busy. I'm never too busy for something like this. This affects your peace of mind and, by extension, your kids, too. That's important. Besides, you're my sister. When you've got a mess like this, you don't deal with it alone. You always come to me, all right? Sammy, thank you. Really, I'm so relieved you're taking this seriously. Of course. Now, just sit tight. I'm on my way. Okay, I'll be waiting.
Gia, is everything ready for the tea party?
Excuse me? Didn't I clearly tell you I had work today?
Wait, what? You mean you didn't prepare anything?
Of course not. Why would I?
Oh, don't tell me. You didn't even let the other moms know that the venue was switched to your house.
Listen closely. I am not one of your mom friends. In fact, we're not even friends, period.
What did you just say to me? Your daughter's in the same class as my kid. We've been treating her so nicely, being friendly and inclusive, and this is how you repay us, you ungrateful little slave. I can't believe I ever tolerated you. You're done. I'm going to tell everyone about your affair. I'll expose everything.
Okay, first of all, I'm single. No husband, no boyfriend, no affair, not even close.
Wait, what?
And before you spin more conspiracy theories, let me make this perfectly clear. I don't even have a daughter.
Huh? No way, that's impossible. Then who's the girl you're always picking up and dropping off? Rachel, right?
That's my younger sister.
Your sister?
Yes, she's 19 years younger than me.
19 years?
Our mother had me when she was very young. Rachel came much later when our mom was already in her 40s. So, yeah, big age gap. I get that reaction a lot.
Wait, so that girl I saw at the bar, the one I thought was you, she was with some guy and totally drunk?
That was another one of my sisters. The one you're referring to is a year younger than me.
You have more sisters?
Yes. She told me that while she and her boyfriend were just trying to have a drink, some loud, clearly drunk woman barged in, slurring and being obnoxious. She didn't know what your deal was, but apparently you kept interrupting and wouldn't back off.
Oh.
The physical description she gave matched you exactly, so there's no mistake. Also, for your information, those women you labeled as boss moms, those are my older and younger sisters too. They're not some ruling clique. You just ran headfirst into my entire family.
Wait, you're telling me you're related to all of them?
There are 4 of us in total. Sammy's the eldest. She's the one who heads the parent committee this year. The one you pestered at the bar is the 3rd. Rachel, the little one, is the youngest. And I'm the 2nd oldest.
I can't believe this. You're one of the boss family?
Technically, yeah. A funny thing, Rachel and Anna are the same age, which means I'm an aunt to my sister's classmate.
But then, where's her real mom?
Our mother is in long-term care, hospitalized. So Rachel, my dad, and I live together now. We've been taking care of things.
Oh, this is too much. I don't get it.
I was told the kindergarten explained all of this in the parent orientation meeting after your child transferred. Did you forget, or were you not paying attention?
I guess I wasn't really listening. Oh no. Wait. Oh, that means I've been antagonizing the entire family of that so-called boss moms. No way. Oh, this can't be happening. I thought I finally had a chance to make things work here.
Well, Sammy doesn't think of herself as a boss, just so you know. But putting that aside, treating people like they're beneath you, calling them slaves, that has nothing to do with hierarchy. That's just being awful.
Why? Why is this happening to me?
This is your doing. Actions have consequences. And with that, I am blocking you now. According to her husband, who came by personally to apologize after everything that happened, this wasn't the first time Love had caused trouble like this. In fact, she had created a similar uproar at her previous preschool, so severe that she had been expelled. That incident had forced the entire family to move, uprooting their lives just to escape the fallout. They had come to this town hoping for a fresh start, thinking that a change of scenery might help Love change her behavior. Her husband admitted that he'd been holding on to hope, thinking that maybe if he stayed with her, if he gave her another chance, things would improve. But now, he said, he had reached his limit. I could see the exhaustion in his eyes and the weight of everything she had put him through. He told me he hadn't divorced her earlier because he wanted to give her an opportunity to reflect and improve. He believed that maybe, just maybe, she would change. But after everything that happened, after seeing how she had behaved yet again, and the consequences that followed, he realized it had all been in vain. Some people don't want to change. Some people are too deep in their own chaos to see how much damage they cause. And then came the final blow. He told me that Love had been having an affair. Apparently, on the night when she confronted our youngest daughter at the izakaya and caused that awful scene, the man who had been with her, and that was her affair partner. It wasn't just some acquaintance or drinking buddy. That was the man she had been seeing behind her husband's back. The husband hadn't known at the time, but afterward, when the truth came out, everything started making sense. Her strange behavior, the mood swings, the late nights, the misplaced anger, it all added up. After finding out about the affair, he packed up their children and went back to his parents' home. He told me that the divorce proceedings had not officially started yet, but mediation was underway. It would only be a matter of time before everything was finalized. Based on what his lawyer told him, the estimated alimony Love would be ordered to pay was somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000, a steep price, but considering the extent of her actions, not an unreasonable one. Listening to all of this, I couldn't help but feel a strange mix of emotions. There was anger, of course, frustration, disbelief at how someone could be so reckless, so selfish, and so utterly blind to the harm they were causing, not just to strangers, but to their own family. But there was also a hint of sadness, not for Love exactly, but for the children, for the husband, for the people who had trusted her and been betrayed. Because behind every one of Love's decisions was a ripple effect that hit others harder than it ever hit her. She was, in many ways, the embodiment of every toxic trait you hope to never encounter in someone. Manipulative, volatile, deceptive, and yet somehow still able to twist things around to make herself seem like the victim. The kind of person who throws gasoline on a fire and then cries about the heat. The kind who apologizes only when caught, and even then only to save face. I can't pretend to understand what drove her to become this way, whether it was her upbringing, trauma, or just a long pattern of bad choices. But at some point, a person has to take responsibility for the damage they cause. There's no excuse, no justification for repeating the same destructive behavior over and over and expecting different results. Especially not when children are involved, especially not when people are giving you chance after chance, only to be burned every time. What struck me most about the husband was how calm he was, not cold, not indifferent, just tired. You could tell he had already cried his tears, fought the battles, and screamed into the void, hoping to be heard. But none of it had changed anything. At some point, he must have realized that the best thing he could do for himself and for his kids was to walk away, and that's exactly what he did. He said he didn't want revenge, he didn't care about humiliating her or dragging her through the mud. He just wanted peace. A chance to rebuild a stable life for his children, free from the chaos and instability that Love had brought into their lives. He hoped she would take this as a wake-up call, that maybe hitting rock bottom would force her to finally look in the mirror and reflect on who she had become. But he wasn't holding his breath. And frankly, neither was I. I don't know what the future holds for Love, whether she'll learn anything from this, whether she'll feel regret or remorse. Whether she'll even acknowledge the destruction she caused or continue to paint herself as the victim in every story she tells. People like that often do. But what I do hope, more than anything, is that she takes this opportunity to stop and look inward. To really sit with her actions and the consequences that followed. Maybe losing everything will finally make her realize what mattered in the first place. Maybe in the silence that follows when everyone is gone and no one's left to blame, she'll understand just how deeply she hurt the people who cared about her most. People say that hitting rock bottom is sometimes the only way up. I don't know if that's true for everyone, but I do know this. If she doesn't change now, she never will. And if she ever does come back around looking for sympathy or forgiveness, I hope she understands that forgiveness isn't something she can demand. It's something she'll have to earn, one step at a time. Until then, I just hope she stays away from my family, from this town, from the lives she's already hurt too many times, because some bridges, once burned, should never be rebuilt.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Yo, Vicky! Today's the day my work transfer finally ends. It's gonna suck so bad leaving you behind here. I never expected to meet anyone while I was out here, let alone us ending up pretty much living together. Life can surprise you like that sometimes, huh?
Tyrone, I'm gonna be lonely without you too, baby. Do you really have to go back to live with your wife? I know she's waiting for you, but I'd rather keep you all to myself.
Unfortunately, babe, yes I do. My boss told me I'd only be staying here for a year, and they want me back at HQ tomorrow, so there really ain't much I can do about it.
I see. I doubt we'll be able to see each other much once you go home. We will still be able to see each other sometimes, won't we, sweetie pie?
Listen, babe, it sucks for me too, but to tell you the absolute truth, I honestly don't know. If my work transfer ended up getting extended, my wife said she planned on selling the house in Wyoming and moving up here to live with me.
I see. Well, that reminds me, didn't you say your wife is a pharmacist? This is just a hunch, but I bet she wouldn't have to look very hard to find a job up here. The thing is, if she came here, we really would never be able to see each other. We'd constantly be tiptoeing around, worried about being found out.
Right, that's why I think it's best I just go home and carry on playing happy families just like normal. At least for the time being. Don't get me wrong, babe, it completely sucks that we're not going to be able to see each other, but we need to think carefully about how we play this and not do anything rash.
You're right. I can't argue with that.
Don't worry, Vicky. My heart's set on you and ain't nothing gonna change that. I know it's not gonna be easy for us to be apart, but I want you to believe in me. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. I'm waiting for you, Tyrone. Hi, Tyrone. Are you there? You're supposed to be getting back soon, right? Did your train leave on time?
Oh, it's you. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, I'm on the train as we speak. There were some delays early on. Apparently some suicidal lunatic jumped out onto the tracks and, well, yeah. Also, I'm gonna stop off at Company HQ to see Chris and the boss before heading home.
Damn, that's gruesome. I always wonder why suicidal folk do that. Like, could they not do it somewhere that doesn't mess with everyone's schedules and traumatize the train driver? All right, no problem. I can't believe the day has finally come. You were up in Michigan a whole year. How crazy is that? I know we've been doing lots of video calls, but is it weird I feel kind of nervous about seeing you again? I thought you'd at least come back for birthdays and Christmas, but I guess that turned out to be a little difficult for you.
You're really gonna drag this up again? What's your point?
I'm not trying to drag anything up. I guess it just hit me how busy you actually were when you decided not to come back for special occasions like you said you would. You were even too worn out for me to fly over to you, even though I would have been happy to. You specifically told me not to come because you weren't feeling up to it, right? You really must have been seriously busy this last year. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I find your work ethic really admirable, Tyrone.
Yeah, I guess I have been busy. Thanks.
Okay, well, be careful on the way home, sweetie. I'll see you soon. Tyrone, my delightful, precious sugar dumpling. I can't take the loneliness. I need you here in my arms.
Vicky, my sweet treacle muffin, my sugary pumpkin pie, my darling angel, my dearest love. The ache of loneliness weighs upon my heart like 1,000 burdensome clouds, casting shadows upon the tender garden of my soul. If only I knew how good we had it when I was up there for my work transfer. Who would have thought having a home to go back to could feel so painful and lonely? I might be in this house with my wife, but you're the only one that's on my mind.
Tyrone, that's it. I've made my decision.
What decision?
I'm gonna move to Wyoming so I can be close to you.
You're gonna do what now?
Don't worry. Of course I'll choose where I move wisely so as not to arouse any suspicion from your wife. I just want to be near you, baby. That's all. I know this might sound sudden, but actually, it's been on my mind for a little while. I promise I'll take in your opinion and do it as cautiously as possible. Luckily, I work from home as a freelancer. I figure what's the point in having such a flexible job if I'm not going to use it to be with the most special man in the whole wide world?
Vicky, you do that? For me?
I'd walk to the ends of the earth and back for you, my snugglebug cupcake. I love you.
I love you, my cuddle bunny boo.
Hey, Tyrone. Turns out I'm going to be doing a spot of overtime today. Sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make your supper. There are some leftover cheesy potatoes in the fridge, or you could make something yourself. Or maybe even get takeout if you're not feeling up to it. Hey, what's with you? I can see you read my messages. You could at least say okay or react in some way. Why are you ignoring me? You've always had a tendency to ignore me when you get in a mood about something. Sometimes you even ignore me for 1 or 2 days at a time. Hasn't it been going on a little too long this time? You've been ignoring me ever since you got back from Michigan. It's been a whole month now. Like, are you seriously doing this? You are aware of what you're doing, right? I know there's no way you're not. I haven't heard a single word out of you since you walked through the front door. Not even a, honey, I'm home. Not to mention completely blanking my messages. I have absolutely no idea what I've done to upset you this time. If I've done something wrong, then tell me and let's talk it through. It's not like I'm not willing to admit fault if I did something, but it's impossible for me to know if you don't say anything. Can't you at least explain what's wrong?
Aha, my strategy's working.
Ooh, what strategy? Tell me.
My strategy to mentally and emotionally exhaust my wife by flat out ignoring her. The plan is to drive her to the breaking point until she gets so sick of it all, she divorces me.
You are absolutely devilish, Tyrone. The things we do for love. It sounds like it's going well.
Yup, everything is going according to plan. It looks like the soul-crushing sense of guilt is already starting to torment her.
Good. That's what she gets for stealing my man from me. I don't think we're doing anything bad. Our happiness is what comes first, after all, right?
If we're gonna frame it in terms of right and wrong, my wife's definitely the one in the wrong for not divorcing me earlier and forcing me to resort to strategies to make her hurry up and take the hint. When you think about it, she's kind of like the final boss in the way of our love.
You're right.
It's going to take a little bit longer to get rid of her for good, but this is where our patience counts more than ever. The finish line's in sight, baby, so let's play this as safe as we possibly can.
Sure thing, baby. You're my heartthrob, and I'd do anything for you. Oh, that reminds me. It looks like I'm going to be able to move over to Wyoming at the beginning of next month.
Ah, nice. You work fast.
Well, I don't know about that. It did take me a whole month to decide on the place, but I figured since me and you are gonna end up living together there soon enough, I had to make sure it was nice. Want to know a little secret? I ordered us the biggest, most luxurious double bed money can buy. I can't wait for you to ravage me on it, stud muffin.
Stop it, babe. You're gonna get me all excited. I'm gonna make sweet, tender love to you like you've never been loved before when I finally see you again, my sexy little munchkin.
Calm down, stallion. It's still too early.
I can't take it anymore. Are you free to meet up this weekend?
Huh?
I'll be going into work on my day off this Saturday. I have a meeting with a customer a little out of town, which means I'll be driving for a while. How about me and you arrange a little rendezvous while I'm at it? By my calculations, I'll have 2 hours before I need to get back. What do you say, Vicky? How about a little secret encounter?
Oh my, Tyrone, you're terrible. Say no more. I'll be waiting for you, Daddy. Tyrone, will you be late home again today? You know what? I don't even know why I bother asking. You're clearly just going to keep ignoring me. I did hear you were expecting a lot of overtime for the first month or two after you got back from your work transfer in Michigan, but I hardly even see you at home these days. I don't know if it's because you're intentionally coming home after you know I'll be asleep to avoid me, but this isn't normal. I barely ever see you. You flat out blank me on the rare occasion that I do, and you completely ignore all of my messages. If you hate me that much, how about you say it to my face instead of escaping like a spineless little weasel? I am beyond sick of this, Tyrone. I won't put up with it for much longer. I have some things to take care of at my mom and dad's place, so I'll be staying there tonight. Goodbye.
Hey there, my cuddly little cupcake.
Hey, Tyrone. You finished with your overtime now?
Yep, all done. I'm on my way to you as we speak.
I just finished work, too.
Oh, by the way, do you mind if I stay over at your place tonight?
Don't be silly, baby. You know you're always welcome here. But what about your wife?
She said something about staying over at her parents' place tonight, so she won't be around at the house to know I'm not home.
Wow, really?
That's why you're all mine tonight. I hope you're ready, 'cause you're barely gonna be able to walk by the time I'm done with ya, pumpkin pie.
Oh, baby, that's music to my ears. I'm gonna jump in the shower. I'll be waiting on the bed for you in my special bunny lingerie when you get here, my rugged love muffin.
I'm sprinting over to your place so fast they're gonna start calling me Usain Bolt.
So her name is Vicky, is it? A freelance manga translator on a middling income. You met her when you were living in Michigan for work. She was your next-door neighbor in the apartment block your company had you stay in. Apparently you were pretty much living together by the time you had to come back here. And now, apparently unaware to bear being apart from you, Vicky moved here to Wyoming in a little apartment near Bakewell Station, which is where your trysts now exclusively take place, including the one you're having right now.
Huh? Wait a sec, what the?
The reason you've been flat out ignoring me for so long was because it was a strategy to push me to my emotional breaking point until I got so exhausted with it all, I felt like I had no choice but to divorce you. That's what you're waiting for, isn't it? I think that just about summarizes the situation, right? Did I miss anything?
Sarah?
I guess you were trying to avoid having to pay me compensation?
I ain't got no heckin' idea what you're talking about. Sure, I think maybe I do remember there being a Vicky next door back in Michigan, but we didn't have anything to do with each other beyond being neighbors, and we sure as hell don't see each other now.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I forgot to tell you this, what with being constantly ignored all the time, but I got transferred to the pharmacy by Bakewell Station about a month ago.
Huh?
It turns out I can see the road that leads to Vicky's apartment through the front window.
You can?
When I first saw you together, I thought maybe she was one of your clients because I know you often do the rounds away from the office, but by the third or fourth sighting, I knew something fishy was going on. Then one day, when my mind was full of doubts, I saw the two of you walking by just as I was getting off work, so I decided to go ninja mode and follow you.
You followed us?
That was when I saw you going into her apartment together. I don't think I've ever seen you go inside a front door that fast in my life. Looking forward to something, were you?
I...
That was about a month and a half ago. I was pretty damn certain you were cheating on me by that point, but after speaking to my parents and brother, they recommended I gathered incontrovertible proof of what you were doing before confronting you. And that's when I decided to hire a private investigator who specializes in catching cheaters.
You hired a frickin' private investigator?
Everything I just sent you was from the investigation results report. Turns out he's very good at his job.
Oh my God. Hey, this isn't fair. I did my best to come up with a way we could divorce smoothly and painlessly, God damn it. You hired a freaking professional? I can't believe you.
Isn't it normal to hire a private investigator when you suspect your husband of cheating on you? Evidence is important, and I wasn't about to risk letting you know I knew by trying to tail you myself. Anyway, divorce smoothly and painlessly? What the hell's that supposed to mean? Don't act like you cared about not hurting me. This was nothing but a ploy to get me to divorce you while hiding your affair to get out of paying me compensation.
Well, I...
Whatever. It doesn't matter now. So if I were you, I wouldn't even bother wasting the effort it takes to try and worm your way out of it. We're getting a divorce, and that's that.
What?
By the way, have you noticed yet? Today marks the 3rd month of you flat out ignoring me.
Wow. 3 months?
I guess you got so wrapped up in your affair, you totally lost track of time. Anyway, don't worry, because you finally got your wish. I'm divorcing you.
Hang on a sec here, Sarah, please.
I already moved back in with my parents.
Whoa. Say what now? This is all happening too fast.
Is that so? I didn't exactly move yesterday, Tyrone. I had all my stuff moved from the house when I found out you were cheating on me a month ago. I haven't been there for ages now.
Huh? Your stuff is gone?
Were you so absorbed in your affair you didn't notice half of the rooms in our house were empty?
No, well...
Whatever, it really doesn't matter anymore. Goodbye forever.
What the fuck? Wait a sec! Holy hell. Am I really this screwed?
Tyrone! What is happening? What's this weird envelope that showed up in my mailbox? I thought it must be a case of mistaken identity, but when I opened it, it said I have to pay a frickin' compensation?
Vicky, it's my wife. She found out about us. She knows everything.
What? How?
She told me she saw us going into your apartment a month ago. You know, not long after you moved in there. God damn it, I'm so screwed.
You're screwed? No, I'm screwed. But wait a second, how is this possible? We were so careful. We picked the place by Bakewell Station intentionally because it was so far away from anywhere your wife goes. We literally couldn't have been more careful. How could she possibly know? And this quickly? Something doesn't add up here. Explain.
You know my wife's a pharmacist, right? Well, she got transferred to the pharmacy by Bakewell Station recently.
Huh?
Apparently she saw us because the road that leads to your apartment is right in front of the front window of the pharmacy. She had a full view of us walking by together every time. That's what she told me just now.
Oh my god. You better be freaking joking me, Tyrone. If this isn't all some kind of weird prank, I am seriously gonna lose my head. Do you have any idea how much money I spent to move here to be with you? I am flat out broke now. There is no way I can afford to pay compensation.
But, think about it, baby. It's not so bad. Sure, we might end up having to pay her a little something, but at least she's finally divorcing me now. This is what we've been waiting for all along, right? Surely the compensation is a small price to pay for our love.
That having to pay her a little something is exactly what we were so careful to try and avoid all this time, you doofus. And it's not a small price. She's demanding a frickin' arm and a leg here.
Hey, don't call me that. I mean, sure, things didn't exactly go as we planned, but at least we still have each other, right?
We're finished.
What?
I said we're finished. Me and you are through, so you can pay my share of the compensation.
What the hell? Are you being serious right now? You're just gonna dodge responsibility the moment things get tough?
We're not together anymore, so I don't have any responsibility to you.
No, we're not finished.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not!
I am absolutely not paying a single cent of this goddamn compensation, you low-life jerk. As our two former lovers were locked in a bitter feud, both of their parents paid me their share of the compensation in a lump sum on their behalves, promising to make their wayward children pay them it all back. With that, I filed the divorce papers and things finally calmed down. It felt great to finally wash my hands of the waste of space known as Tyrone, whom I allowed to steal so many years of my life, and I breathed a sigh of relief knowing I'd never have to deal with him ever again. From that point onwards, nothing that happened to him was my problem. Amazingly, I found out later on that his ex-lover Vicky got fired from her job. I guess it's only natural her boss was a little pissed off when he found out she'd been using their company car for her secret trysts with my ex-husband. Word is it was the stains on the back seat that gave them away. Last I hear, they're both working several part-time jobs to come up with the crazy amounts of debt they owe their parents. As for Vicky, she got so absorbed in the affair that she started neglecting her freelance work, which meant her income took a massive hit. Still, that doesn't change the fact that she had to pay her parents back. Feeling lost and desperate, she felt she had no choice but to turn to nighttime work. Apparently these days, she spends her evenings on street corners waiting for seedy old men to pick her up. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to help the channel out by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Yo, Frankie, sup? Man, it feels like forever since I last talked to you. Yeah, it's been a pleasant 8 years. Why'd you have to go and ruin it by texting me like this? Come on, dude. Is that really how you're gonna greet an old friend? An old friend? As in someone who I no longer consider a friend? You should be grateful that's all I had to say about you, considering what you did. You slept with my wife, got cut off by your parents, turned everyone who was once your friend against you, and had to leave town to escape your ruined reputation. Didn't you move out of state? Well, yeah, but anyway, you're still working in town, aren't you? What's it to you? I just thought I might stop by and visit my old buddy Frankie and shoot the breeze for a while. Don't bother. You don't know where I live anyway. Not to worry. I got your address from one of our classmates who didn't know about our history. Unbelievable. Seriously, though, what do you think you're doing? You don't have any right to be texting me anymore, much less actually coming to visit me at my house. Oh, please, don't be like that. It's been 8 years. That's all water under the bridge now, all right? I'll still feel the same way about you 80 years from now. So don't you dare come anywhere near me. If you're really still that angry, why haven't you blocked my number? Just to keep tabs on you. There's no telling what a sociopathic moron like you will do. So it's safest to be able to at least have some advance notice of what you might be doing. Consider it like a vaccine for a virus named Luke. Wow, you're harsh. Not harsh, just honest. Well, if I'm gonna be honest, the truth is that your vaccine was a dud. Huh? What now? You got remarried, didn't you? Yeah, and? And you had a kid too, right? What's with these questions? I don't feel compelled to tell you anything about my life. Nah. You don't need to tell me anything. I already know everything. Tell you what, Frankie boy, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret I've been keeping from you. Secret? Get this. You know that precious little baby your wife gave birth to? It's not yours. It's mine. What? What are you talking about? You don't have to believe me. If you get a paternity test, it's not going to be yours. But seriously, what's with you? You haven't even seen your wife in 2 years. How did you not realize the baby wasn't yours when she told you she was pregnant? Do you not even know how babies are made? For real, Luke, what in the world are you talking about? You've never met my current wife. You don't even know her name. That's what you think. I'm like a home-wrecking ninja. I sneak in undetected and bam! Your wife is now my plaything. You should know that. It's how I stole your last wife from you. I was getting with her for 2 whole years and you didn't even notice. I only let you in on the whole thing because I got bored. What kind of idiot doesn't notice his wife with another guy for that long? You're such a loser. Are you going to start making sense anytime soon? Huh? Who are you talking about? Luke, is this really you? Did someone take over your account or something? Or maybe you're just drunk out of your mind? Drunk? Well, maybe just a little. And it's the real me. I see. Well then, I don't want to deal with you for any longer than I have to. So I'll give you the bare minimum information necessary to get you to leave me alone. First off, I'm not living in our old town anymore. What? Second, I don't have any kids. Hold on. Oh, I get it. You're lying to try and get me to go away, aren't you? How pathetic. Sorry, Frankie boy. It's not gonna work. You're free to think whatever you'd like. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work, so I'll be taking my leave from this conversation now. Hey, hold on. I just told you I'm sleeping with your second wife. How can you be so chill about this? Not only that, the daughter that you thought was yours is actually mine. Should you be more sad? I thought you'd be lying on the floor crying your eyes out by now. Well, I guess it doesn't really change my plan, so whatever. At first, I was planning on dumping her after I told you about our affair like the last time. But I actually kind of started to like her. That's why I got her pregnant, to make sure I could get her to divorce you and be with me. In other words, your wife and daughter are now mine. Everything went exactly as I planned. I win, you lose again. I hope you're ready to be a twice divorced loser. Be a pal and sign the paperwork as soon as you get it, okay? What's up, Frankie? I heard you absolutely lost it when your wife told you that she was going to divorce you. And then when she told you about your daughter. She said you didn't believe my text, but when she told you in person, you completely broke down and cried like a little girl. What's up with you, man? I already told you all of that. You should have believed me from the get-go. It would have saved you the humiliation of crying in front of your wife and daughter. I guess the truth finally set in, huh? Well, good. That makes my life easier, since now you'll agree to the divorce for sure. Just remember, it's what's best for your daughter. Or should I say, my daughter. Yo, Frankie, what's your deal? You never responded to my text yesterday. Are you trying to ignore me? Seriously, dude, grow up. You're a grown man. You're gonna have to deal with this like an adult. I guess I'm gonna have to tell you something that'll make you reply to me for sure this time. Know what I'm gonna do? Your wife. In your house. You gotta move it along, man. At this rate, your wife's gonna give birth to my second kid before you divorce her. Just knock before you come in, all right? Come on, Frank. You're starting to tick me off now. I wanted to settle this once and for all yesterday. That's why I texted you while I was with your wife. But once again, you didn't even reply once. How long are you going to keep running away from me, Frank? Do you think this is all going to go away if you keep ignoring me? You're going to have to face me sooner or later, Frank. Now text me back tonight. Your wife and daughter are mine, like it or not. Sorry I've kept you waiting, Luke. There you are. I was doing a little digging into something, so I thought I would hold on from replying until I had dug up what I was looking for. Digging? What do you mean? I see you're very confident that you've stolen my wife and daughter from me. The woman you're with, her name is Luna, right? Yeah, your wife Luna. That's what I've been saying. Luna isn't my wife. What? She's my younger brother's wife. Your younger brother's wife? You're really something else, Frank. I was your best friend when we were kids. I lived next door to you until 8 years ago, for crying out loud. I know you don't have a younger brother, so tell me another one. Actually, I didn't even know I had a younger brother until about 6 years ago. And since you were run out of town 8 years ago, there's no way that you would know about him. Wait, what? I don't understand. To be more precise, he's only my half-brother. So that means, yeah, my parents got divorced when I was 3, so I know you knew that my dad had left us to move away. Well, yeah, I knew that. My dad got married to another woman, and they had a son. My half-brother Ken. Okay, go on. Ken got married last year, a little over 2 years ago. But just this last year, the company he was working for went bankrupt. So he had to move out of the company housing he had been living in up until then. At that point, my dad and Ken's mom had already divorced, and Luna's parents had passed away in a sudden accident several years prior. So since the two of them had nowhere else to go, and I happened to live nearby, I let them come and move in with me in my house for a while. Hold on. You said that you weren't living in our old town anymore. What's the deal? I'm just getting there. Be patient. Just about a month after Ken and his wife moved into my place, my company told me they were sending me to work at our company headquarters in another country. What the? Another country? You mean you're not even in the country right now? That's right. My wife and I moved overseas together 10 months ago. And if everything goes according to plan, I'll be staying here for another 6 or 7 years. Seriously? And as for my old place, it was a rental house. So when I moved over here, I just had Ken take over the lease, and he and his wife kept on living there. Man, this is an insane story. I had no idea. Man, this sucks. I was feeling great thinking that I managed to break up 2 of your marriages. But she's not even your wife? Ugh. I went to all that trouble for nothing. Whatever. I'm done with you. Later, Frankie. Frank, you there? I'm in big trouble. You gotta help me out, dude. Ugh, what do you want now, Luke? You do understand that we live in different time zones, right? True time zones. I'm in full-on crisis mode, Frank. Go on. Your half-brother Ken, he's suing me. And Luna just showed up at my apartment door with her kid and all her stuff. Okay, and? I'm not sure what you're so surprised about. This is the only possible way this could have ended for you. What do you mean, why? You slept with a married woman, Luke. That means her husband, my half-brother Ken, can sue you for your part in her infidelity. Really? Don't tell me you forgot. You should have gotten the exact same papers in the mail when you slept with my first wife. That was when your parents agreed to foot the bill for the lawsuit settlement in exchange for cutting you out of their will. I guess I can understand how you forgot. At the time, you were just happy that your parents were going to pay it and wouldn't cost you a thing. I guess their act of kindness kept you from feeling the pain that hopefully would have taught you a lesson. And that's it. My parents. I can get them to pay for the lawsuit. Are you drunk again or just not paying attention? They cut you off, disowned you. What else am I supposed to do? Luna's here demanding that I support her and the kid. I don't have that kind of money. I'm barely getting by on my own. If I can't get my parents to help me, then how am I supposed to come up with the money to feed 2 more people? Well, I guess you could ask your parents to bail you out again. If you can find them. What do you mean? I know where my old house is. Was, not is. I looked it up and the place where your old house used to be is now a new apartment complex. What? It's gone? Why? Isn't it obvious? They sold it and moved away. Their reputation in the community took a nosedive thanks to your escapade with my first wife. I also can imagine it would be pretty uncomfortable living next door to the person whose wife their son slept with. So they probably wanted to put it all behind them and start fresh elsewhere. Where did they go? Don't ask me. I have no idea. You've got to have some idea. Nope, not a clue. Are we done here? I want to get back to sleep. Hey, you can't just go to sleep at a time like this. I told you, idiot. Oh, we live in different time zones. Yes, I definitely can go to sleep right now. That's not the issue. The issue is I'm having the crisis of a lifetime over here. I would never in a million years lift one single finger to help you out of a crisis you might be facing. And not even to save your life. How can you say that to me? If you really don't know, then there's nothing that I could say to make you understand. I'm going back to bed now, Luke. Good luck. Frank, you can't do this to me. You got to help me. I heard about everything that happened next from my half-brother Ken. Apparently, it all went down pretty quickly. He was concerned that Luke and Luna might skip town to try and avoid paying him the money they owe him. So, while he got a lawyer to advance his case through the legal channels as quickly as possible, he also asked the CEO of his company for advice. The CEO told Luke that he had some connections in a particular sector of society that might be able to deal with the 2 of them. The CEO's acquaintance quickly agreed to take on the task of encouraging Luke and Luna not to leave town, and even gave them jobs and a place to live while they work off their debts to me. The company that hired them has a very strict disciplinary system in place, so I don't suppose the 2 of them will be causing any trouble in the near future. Plus, they're making all their payments on time. I was concerned for their daughter, though, since she's a totally innocent party in all of this, but Ken's CEO pulled some more strings and she got taken in by a kind and loving family. I'm not very hopeful that Ken will ever be able to be anything resembling a decent human being, but I hope his time at his new company will straighten him out, even if only for a little bit.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Jack. You saw the divorce papers I left on the table for you, right? I've already signed them. You hurry up and sign them too, okay? Then get them to the courthouse as soon as possible.
Wait just a second, Zoe. What's going on? This is all happening so fast.
I'm not waiting. I want to get a divorce as soon as possible.
Tell me, Zoe, did I do something wrong? I've been racking my brain ever since I found these after getting back from work. And while I may not have been a perfect husband, I have no idea what I did to make you do this. So please, can you tell me why? If there's anything I can do to make our marriage work, I'll do it.
There's nothing you can do to make this work, Jack. We're done.
Even if that's true, just tell me why you... I honestly have no idea why you would do this to me. I won't be able to sleep at night unless you give me a reason.
Seriously, Jack? I was planning on doing you a favor and leaving you with your dignity intact. But if you insist on me taking even that from you, then I guess I'll oblige.
If you were really concerned about preserving my dignity, I don't think you would have left a stack of divorce papers on the table and left without saying a word.
Okay, well, don't say I didn't warn you. The reason I'm leaving you is your salary.
My salary?
When we got married, I thought you'd make a decent enough income, but holy smoke, was I ever wrong about that.
But, really? I mean, sure, I might not be making Elon Musk kind of money, but my salary is more than the national average.
Yep, there it is. I was waiting for that. We have completely different concepts of our finances. Money may not be the most important thing in the world, but it is really important for married couples to be on the same page. But with a gap in understanding as big as ours, there was no way this was ever going to last very long. It was only a matter of time that our relationship would end like this.
I definitely see where you're coming from. It's super important for couples to have shared values with things like money. But if that's really all that's wrong here, then can't we talk things out? I'm sure we can come to an understanding if we took some time to discuss it.
Sorry, but no thanks. I feel like I'm going to be the only one who ends up having to make any compromises, and I'm not interested in a marriage where I have to do all the sacrificing. I've already talked to my parents about this too, and they're totally on board with me divorcing you.
Wow. Let me think this over, okay?
Fine. You have 3 days to make up your mind.
What? 3 days? That's nowhere near enough time. You talk to your parents. I want to talk to mine about this too. Can't you give me more time than that?
Be grateful I gave you 3 days. I was gonna give you until tomorrow.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not. And out of the kindness of my heart, I agreed to compromise again to give you 3 days. You know me. I don't like it when people keep me waiting for important things. 3 days is all you're gonna get.
I can't believe this, but okay. I'll talk to you again in 3 days.
Okay, 3 days is up, Jack. Did you sign the divorce papers yet? Remember to take them to the courthouse with you.
Yeah, I signed them. And I have them with me right now.
Good. By the way, my parents and I are going to go to the courthouse with you.
You are? Why?
Sounds like they want to have a little word with you before we're officially over. I bet they're going to tear into you about being a poor loser.
Poor? Come on, Zoe. I told you before, my salary is above the national average. We're upper middle class, not poor.
Would you please give it up already? We're getting divorced, and that's final. No amount of whining and pleading from you can change my mind.
Unreal. All right, I'll meet up with you all in front of the courthouse at 1. Hey, Sienna, you got a sec?
What's up, bro?
Would you stop calling me that? You're my little sister, not my college roommate. Anyway, you're free now, right?
You kidding me? I'm bored out of my mind. Classes are still out for the summer, my boyfriend's working, and none of my favorite Instagram accounts have any new content out, so yeah, I've got nothing to do.
Perfect. What would you say about going to the courthouse with me today?
The courthouse? Wait, this is about your divorce, yeah? How does this involve me?
Zoe just texted and said that her parents are going to go with me when I turn in the divorce papers. Something seems, I don't know, off. So I was wondering if you could come along with me, disguise yourself so they won't know it's you, and listen into our conversation so I have a witness.
Frankly, I would rather sit here doing nothing than play detective with you.
I'll give you $100.
Detective Sienna here, reporting for duty, sir.
Well, that's what I thought you'd say. Okay, you know the park out in the back of the courthouse? Meet me there at 12:30.
That park's pretty big. Where should I meet you?
You remember the big swing set we used to play on when we were kids? How about there?
Gotcha. See you then. Hey, Jack. Thanks for submitting the divorce papers like a good little boy.
Yeah, sure, whatever. By the way, are you sure you're okay with no property division? We were only married for half a year, but I think you'd be entitled to get about $2,000 or so for me. Do you really not want it?
$2,000? It's not worth the trouble. And the divorce was my idea and all, so you can go ahead and keep that as my parting gift to you.
Yeah, nice parting gift. Well, if that's what you really want, I guess that means we're done then.
Yep, bye-bye.
Thanks for tagging along, Sienna. You were a big help. I'm sorry I had to go and get you involved in this. It's my problem, not yours.
Hey, for $100, I'll get involved in any trouble you want me to.
You always would do just about anything for money.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. But I gotta hand it to you, Jack. You saw right through them, didn't you? The very moment you handed off that stack of papers to the courthouse clerk, she said, "Phew, now I don't have to worry about him finding out about my affair anymore." She said it pretty quietly, so you probably couldn't hear her, but I was standing right behind them, so I heard it all loud and clear.
You really earned your $100, Sienna. You started recording them with your camera just in time to get all the dirty details on tape. That makes my next step way easier.
Your next step, huh? What are you gonna do now?
Hiring a private detective. He might have a tough job ahead of him, since I'll need him to look into past affairs in addition to current ones. But it's what I'll need to do in order to have hard proof to use against her.
Okay, have fun with that. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
Nah, you've done more than enough for me already. Tell you what, once things settle down around here, I'll take you out to have a nice dinner one night.
Free food? I'm in.
And you can even bring your boyfriend too if you want.
Wow, you're feeling generous today.
He is dating my little sister after all. Gotta keep tabs on him too.
Jeez, you're starting to sound like Dad. Hey, you've got some explaining to do, Jack. We just got back from submitting our marriage certificate from the courthouse, and this strange person I've never met before asks me if my name is Zoe, then hands me this massive envelope. And when I opened it up, it said, "You're suing me?" What is your problem, Jack?
I heard through the grapevine that you were going to get married today. Congratulations. I hope the two of you are very happy together.
You can cut the sarcasm, Jack. Listen up and listen good. We are divorced. That means I can do whatever I want with whoever I want. So what makes you think you have the right to sue me? I don't know what internet forum you got your legal advice from, but you can't sue someone for remarrying after divorcing you. I get it, you're still in love with me and want me to get back together, but I'm telling you for the last time, that is never going to happen.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm not suing you for remarrying. I'm suing you for your affair. The one you admitted to, remember?
What are you talking about?
I guess you didn't notice, but I wasn't alone on the day you and your parents came with me to submit the divorce papers to the courthouse. I had an acquaintance come along just in case, and that acquaintance heard the entire conversation you had with your parents in secret. Most importantly, they heard you saying that you didn't need to worry about me finding out you had an affair.
No way!
No, of course, just overhearing that alone wouldn't be enough to win a court case against you. So I hired a private detective to do some more digging for me. I was concerned at first, but I didn't know if you were still having the affair or if it was ongoing, meaning there might not be any way to catch you. But then, I got help from a very unexpected source.
I don't like where this is going.
You said the envelope was thick, right? There should be 2 other envelopes inside of it. One from me, and one from your new husband's ex-wife.
Huh? Oh, you're right, there's one more in here.
She had been suspecting her husband was having an affair for quite some time, and she had been gathering mountains of evidence against him. She was generous enough to provide me with all the evidence that she had. Thanks to that, I was able to finally make my move against you today. So tell me, Zoe, how does it feel to get sued by your ex-husband on the day that you got married?
No way. You mean you actually waited until the day we got married to do this? On purpose?
Your new husband's ex-wife was the one who came up with the idea. And it seemed so hilarious to me that we teamed up and coordinated it.
I don't believe this. You are such a scumbag, Jack!
Yeah, I don't want to hear that from you. You're the one who decided to carry on an illicit affair rather than have the decency to divorce me.
But we're divorced now, aren't we? And you didn't know about my affair when I divorced you, so what's the problem?
Here's an opportunity to give you a legal lesson. It turns out that by law, I can still sue you for infidelity after our divorce as long as the infidelity was discovered within 3 years of the date our divorce was finalized. So, yeah, I can 100% sue you.
Really?
I'm sorry, did I foil your perfect plan? Did you think that you could get away with what you did scot-free as long as you divorced me before I found out? Well, it doesn't work that way, Zoe.
No. So, you're really gonna sue me? Like, for real?
Let me put it this way. You see the dollar amount on page 4 of the stack of papers I sent you? You should operate under the assumption that you're going to have to pay me an amount pretty darn close to that.
Oh no. Well, whatever. Unlike you, my new man's the kind of guy who can pay for something like this with no trouble. I may have made a slight miscalculation, but it's not going to be that much of a problem.
Is that so?
Yeah, it is so. He's a big shot in a wedding consultancy company. His salary is way more than yours ever was or ever will be. He's got talent, ambition, money, power, the total package. Some low-tier nobody like you isn't even in the same universe as him.
Ah, now I get it. I was kind of baffled by your parents' response to all this. I would have thought they'd tell you off when they found out about your affair, but no. They actually became accomplices in hiding it. I guess they were so thrilled about the prospect of gaining some wealthy guy as their new son-in-law that they made a terrible mistake.
Mistake? What are you talking about? This is totally the right move for me and them. It's a complete win for everyone. My husband's a big shot businessman. And starting today, I'm gonna live the spoiled and pampered lifestyle I deserve.
Hey, about that. I don't think your husband's gonna be any sort of big shot for much longer.
What? Why not?
Think about it. He's an executive in a wedding consultancy company, Zoe. If word gets out that one of the company execs was involved in a salacious affair, what effect do you think that would have on the company's business? Did you really think there wouldn't be any consequences at all for what you two did?
Wait, so he's gonna get fired?
You'll have to talk to him about that. I'm going by deduction here. I'm not privy to the internal workings of his company. It just seems like the most likely outcome would be a combination of demotion and pay cut, at least. I'd say him getting fired isn't totally out of the question either, though.
How can you be so relaxed about this? My lifestyle is on the line here.
Your lifestyle, not mine. As long as you pay whatever settlement we agreed on for my lawsuit, whatever happens to the two of you after that isn't of my concern.
Hey, about that. I was looking at the papers and, well, there were a lot of zeros in the amount you're suing us for.
That shouldn't be a problem for your husband, right?
But
you can talk about the finer details of the settlement with my lawyer, and you'll be contacting you soon. As for me, I no longer have any reason to speak to you, so anything you want to say to me, you can say to him.
Wait! I've been doing some thinking, and maybe getting divorced isn't such a good idea after all. What do you say, Jack? It's not too late for us, right? We can work things out. I get it, Jack. The reason you're suing me like this is to scare me into taking you back. You're still in love with me, and as long as those feelings are there, anything is possible. We can be a couple again. It'll be great. I'll be your devoted wife, and you can be my doting husband. I'll even think about not nagging you about your low salary anymore. Jack, are you there?
A few days after that last exchange, my lawyer told me that Zoe still wants to try to get back together with me. As I predicted, her husband got fired from his company after that, and she divorced him that very day. But like I said, her life isn't my problem anymore, so I told my lawyer to just ignore her and keep negotiating the settlement. As for me, I put in a transfer request to my company after the divorce was finalized, which was accepted. So I'll be moving across the state within the next few weeks. I also heard my sister's boyfriend propose to her the other day. He seems like a really upstanding guy, so I'm sure he'll take care of her. My lawyer finally reached a settlement with my wife and her new ex-husband yesterday, and they'll be starting monthly payments next week. Obviously, my ex-wife doesn't have that kind of money, so her parents are selling their house and borrowing the rest from relatives. The last I heard, they were all living together in a cheap one-room apartment and working day and night in order to make ends meet.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.